As Caroline knows, when you take gluten out of anything, flour, pastry, biscuits, whatever, it becomes very flat or very biscuity or bread.
Dry, isn't it? Yeah, got
it's
stretch.
awful. But so we're going to make an apricot tart. Here it is now. Now, I want to concentrate really on the pastry here because
Lovely.
a lot of people say it doesn't work, but it does work, provided you box a bit clever and understand the ingredients you're using. And because flours change all the time, we're using things like sorghum flour now, millet flour, but this is just a basic pastry using white rice flour. So in here I've got a mix of, I'll show you these. Here we've got white rice flour, potato starch here, or here it is, which is a mild starch. So when you chop potatoes up, leave it in the sink. About 10 minutes later, go back and you'll see a little white residue at the bottom.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And I use tapioca starch. Now, when I first started, you couldn't get tapioca starch anywhere. It's only on the internet. Now, a lot of people sell it. It is quite a strong starch. So, but if you think of custard powder as #1 on the scale, I found that tapioca's up 4 or 5.
Ah.
So it tightens up, yeah.
Okay.
It tightens up really, really well.
That's useful.
Now, the other thing to talk about is a glue. Now, this is a glue. This is xanthan gum. This is a bacteria that they grow on things like sweet corn. They harvest it, dry it, and it mimics the protein gluten in its stretchiness. A little bit goes a long, long way. And when we first started, we used things like 2 tablespoons. Forget it. You can get down to about 1 teaspoon, roughly to 500 grams of flour. And it just mimics that stretchness. So I'm going to show you. So the other thing to say also is I do use margarine a lot. The emulsification process of margarine does certainly help structures things like pastry and also cakes. And my mum always uses it, and as we always say, Phil, it's the one that the little bird brings, the baby brings.
That one,
the
yes.
bird flies in.
Yes.
What? Well, you can say it. You can get away with it. But I just want to say that it's a block margarine. It's not a puree margarine, as in like
vegetable, not mixed with vegetable oil. Okay.
Yeah. So here we go. We've got a mixture of the flours, a little bit of sugar in there as well, and what we do, we just pulse that together. Just for a couple of seconds. And the good thing is you can overwork it here. If you overwork normal pastry, it would just go like glue.
Yeah.
Here, it makes no difference. Add 1 egg, in that goes. And you can see the margarine isn't completely put in there.
No, OK.
Gum goes in as well.
Yeah.
And we'll just put that back onto there, like so.
It's quite easy, isn't it? Because I cook at home for the children, but I'm not the world's greatest, so it's quite nice when you know things are going to be simple.
Yeah.
You know, if you're doing a sort of some sort of pud for Sunday lunch or something, you don't want to be there for days,
and
do you?
also
I
you
don't.
want to be cooking 3 different meals. One that you can eat, one that they're going to enjoy. You want to have something that's delicious
I make
and yummy.
my entire family live gluten-free. Aren't I awful?
No, we're not at all. When you're cooking food like this.
Yeah.
It's definitely your turn.
Yeah, I think that's right. Very good.
I want to show you this.
Oh, that's good, darling.
Now this
Ooh,
stage,
that's lovely.
Now this stage here, you'd think, oh, it's not going to work. But look how soft that is. But within about 2 or 3 minutes of that will tighten up. The rice flour soaks up the moisture, and you end up with a little bit of flour onto that. If you just give it a little bit of a knead.
Was that more rice flour you just sprinkled on?
Yes, just a bit of flour. Look at the structure. Now
That's brilliant.
Now I'll just show you this here. I'm going to work it really, really well. Now if that was normal pastry, it just wouldn't work. But you can literally just pull that apart. See?
Yeah.
There
And
it is.
that's it.
Yeah.
And it still breaks, and that's that gum.
Yes, great.
Anyway, roll it out. We push for time here. I've got a normal loose bottom tin there.
Here's one you've already made.
Here's one I made earlier. Now,
Beautiful that is.
the other thing to say is you don't need to use bacon beans either. The structure is absolutely fine. It won't collapse in the oven.
Yeah, we'll throw those away.
Now, the other thing to say here is egg. When it comes out the oven,
Yeah.
1 egg, you beat and you paint the thing, pastry tart, put it back in the oven.
Inside and out?
And you do it, no, just the inside. And you do it
inside.
3 times until all the egg has gone.
Oh.
What if you can't be bothered to do it 3 times? Can you just do it once?
You can, but it does add a bit of glue.
Yeah, no, but we'll want to be all right.
In like whatever it is, seeping into the pastry and making it soggy.
Pardon?
Is the reason you're doing that is that to stop it going soggy?
Yes, but also because it's very, very fine.
Well, it's a protein as well, of course, isn't it? With the egg white. So of course that's acting as a binding agent.
It is. Look
Hi.
at get you.
Hi,
Get you.
Married to a scientist.
The higher the protein, the better it is. Anyway, so here we've got a mixture of custard and mascarpone cheese.
Oh, nice.
And you can.
Is this going to be our sort of base
filling,
for that?
yeah.
Our filling.
So we'll chuck it there. That's perfect,
Is
Caroline.
that all right? Do you want me to do it more, or haven't we got time?
Halfway up, get in there. We've got time
okay.
for that sort
Very
of thing.
good. Exactly.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
you spread that out, and then what we'll do is we'll add on a few apricots and a little bit of crushed meringue.
Yeah. Is that? Oh, there we go.
That's fine. Just look at that. See?
Oh yeah.
In that goes. And what we'll do...
Oh, sorry, darling.
That's fine. You carry on.
Yeah,
Look at that.
okay.
What we'll do, let's go to a quick recap.
All right, you recap. I'll do these oujets.
There you go. Here's a quick recap. To make the pastry case, mix the gluten-free flour mix with the xanthan gum and sugar. Add the margarine, rubbing in so the mixture looks like fine breadcrumbs. Add the egg and a touch of water and mix well to make the dough. Make sure the texture is nice and soft. Roll the dough to a thick round and press in the tin and blind bake for around about 10 minutes. Remove and cool. For the filling, beat the custard and mascarpone and spread over the pastry. Top with fresh sliced apricots, crumble over the crushed meringues. Chill for at least half an hour. Serve sliced with the sauce. So we just chuck on plenty of meringue.
Plenty of meringue. Can't go wrong with a bit of meringue, can you?
And the colours are so summery.
Yeah. And
Very
there you go.
pretty.
So you get a nice pastry base.
Very good.
Look at that. Thank you, waitress.
Ladies voiced.
Thank you. I'm going to pass that down,
Thank
actually.
you, waitress.
You're welcome.
Thank
You're very good at this
Thank you.
job.
I know. I'm good.
Thank
I'll
you
tell you
very
what, darling.
much.
Very good.
One for you.
Thank you so
Look
much.
at
Do you want one,
that.
darling?
No, I'm fine.
No, you're right.
There you go, that's
you
it.
wouldn't touch it, would you?
Wow.
You're not mad,
Yeah,
are
a
you?
bit of sauce there as
Oh,
well.
yeah. What's that? Creme fraiche?
The
You've got
pastry.
a little bit of yoghurt and a bit of maple
The
syrup.
pastry's crispy and
That's really lovely. Sarah says my 7-year-old was diagnosed with celiac on Friday. Big learning curve to
Yeah.
deal with now. Hayley
Well
says,
done.
loving the gluten-free segment on this morning. And
done.
and Kirsty says, so happy seeing celiac disease getting recognition.
Thank you very much, and
Absolutely
well
delicious.
done for getting your kids diagnosed early. And go to isitceliacdisease.co.uk if you need to get tested. And please go and find out. Don't live in misery, because it's great when you feel better.